the Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
And yes, we talked about it yesterday. Taylor Swift in attendance.
Can I just say she looked
okay, good.
So good.
Yeah, glad you said it. She was
I don't know
smoking.
who her stylist was that put that outfit together, the denim on denim. I was just like, damn.
That's the problem. The other 45,000 fans in attendance, no stylist.
Yeah,
it makes a big difference when you're at a game. I will tell you, not everybody can afford a stylist when you're buying tickets to a game and a couple of beers.
You could just see some woman in the crowd, the oversized Chiefs jersey, slugging a beer and a hot dog on. I wish I had a stylist.
I can't afford this at $14 a beer.
Philly Joe Kirby.
Philly Joe and Kirby
Podcast.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
Call the Bone phone. 780-BONE. Brought to you by Auto Gallery of Winnipeg.
Dennis the Menace wants to talk about grocery store and specifically grocery cart politics.
Hey, good morning, PJK. Had a shout out yesterday for the great crew that repaved Humboldt. Today, it's the opposite. Got a bone to pick with people when they go shopping. Why on earth would you put your cart crossways in the aisle and then stand at the nose of it or the tail end of your cart and looking at the products on the shelf? There's other people that are trying to walk by. It's Costco. You can easily fit 3 carts going by there unless you put your cart sideways and then you give me the stink eye when I say, excuse me, you're blocking the whole aisle. What planet are you from that you think this is acceptable in a grocery store? Let's go blue! Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, after done shopping at Costco, I know everybody's excited about that, hot dog or the poutine that you can get in the food court. I'm usually so stressed out by being in the way of other shoppers and running into people's carts that I just want to get the hell out of there.
Let me ask you this. If somebody is poring over a decision on, let's say, cereal, do you and you need to get right where they are to grab something? Do you wait for them to finish, or are you like, excuse me, can I just grab?
I always wait, and I sometimes there's times where I'm like, wow, I'm really being patient.
Joe,
I'll push their cart right out of the way. I'm gonna roll your cart right back down to the Raisin Bran to get to those corn pops. I'm kidding.
Okay, conversation from a couple of weeks ago. Kirby wondered if she's supposed to be speaking with Canada Post workers as they deliver your mail.
Listen, I know enough people at Canada Post as you do, and I heard it became a union discussion. There's some people were saying, you know what, that's a good idea. We cannot have the general public talking to our carriers. I think it's going to go for a vote.
Am I supposed to speak to them?
Well, they're working.
Welsh Dragon, he's here for you, and he has some answers.
By the way, Kirby, if you see him, you're a mailman. They don't mind a hi or a wave.
Mm-hmm.
Not for you to stand there with them and tell them your life story for 20 minutes. Okay, boy.
Okay.
That'd be the best part. I could see it. I just picked you up at your apartment the other day. It's pretty closed off, actually. They got the one entrance, and you're going to run into the poor guy. And start with, hey, listen, I know I talked about this on the radio one morning with Phil and Joe, and let's just start with this. Let's get to know each other a little bit in bits and bytes. I was born in 1984. And give them your first, maybe get up to kindergarten. Give them that and how your parents, homeschooled for whatever. You learned a few things.
Something
and then,
about Drayton Valley's in there.
But give them bits and bytes. I think I have to agree. Not 20-minute conversations at a time.
See, that's the reason why I don't interact, because I know myself.
Yeah.
I will end up taking much more of that person's time.
I'm telling you, we can speak on behalf of Canada Post. And trust me, you want it in bits and bytes.
You know what? On second thought, let's stick to no, Kirby. You're not allowed to speak to them.
I'm just going to let them work. Okay.
Okay.
And actually, I'll be honest, I honestly thought it was illegal. I know this is a sidebar, but I honestly thought it was illegal to talk to them when they had the boxes open. I know that seems weird,
illegal.
But in my head.
Sure, yeah, okay.
How about this one? How about this one? Cell Block Sisters 8.
Yeah.
What are you in here for? Prostitution? Oh, okay. How about you? I
Talk to my
I
postal
talked to the postal worker, but not when the box was closed. I took a chance. The box was open.
I didn't know it was
Oh,
illegal.
they're gonna leave you alone.
Because you can't steal mail. It's bad.
Well, you weren't stealing. You were speaking to him. Okay, let's move along here. The hooligan. You know what? Like, we always say, of all the people, like when you think about movies, Liam Neeson, why would you kidnap a member of his family? I don't know why you'd commit a crime against the hooligan. It just seems like a bad idea.
This is going to be the most ridiculous call I've ever made. Get home from work yesterday, shortly after 3 of the p.m. Notice that my house numbers have been stolen off my garage. Like, are you kidding me? You rat mother can't go buy your own numbers. You better make sure you came on foot, not by vehicle, because my neighbors on either side got great quality cameras, and they're going to let me know if they see anything. Well, they'll see something, but if there's a vehicle, license plates. So now what I'm going to do is the block over, other side of me, they use the back lane as a thoroughfare every day. So I'll go down there, look for a house number 44.
It's on the case.
And I swear to God, if there's my number's on their garage, there'll be a Dateline, Winnipeg special, and let Kirby interview me as to what happened, what led to this event. I'll keep you all updated.
Vigilante.
Wow. Somebody stole somebody's house numbers? Like,
That's crazy.
That is low end.
How good is this? There's hooligan driving down the back lane, and he pulls up to this one house, and it looks like one of those kidnapper notes that they cut out of a magazine. Like there's a number 1 from one house, a number 4 from another.
They're just tormenting him now.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
To me, it's easily the best rivalry. No matter what each organization is, wherever we're at in our cycle, I think that rivalry holds true as just the fiercest, most contested, probably the most fun in terms of fandoms, I would think. I think this rivalry survives any lulls and organizationally. It really does.
And when the organizations are successful.
Oh, it's wild then. Yeah, it's over the top.
Banjo Bowl tomorrow. Princess Auto Stadium, Riders, Bombers, Coach O'Shea saying it's the best rivalry in the Canadian Football League. I mean, the Battle of Alberta has had some doozies over the years, and anything Battle of Alberta is always good. They've had some brawls and everything else, but there's just something about Bombers, Riders.
Yeah, Toronto Hamilton's got that same kind of cachet, but nothing like that Saskatchewan Manitoba one. And what's quite interesting is there's so many similarities between the two provinces. Like, we really are the prairie provinces. We stand alone. We take the most shots across Canada for what we are. And yet there's still that rivalry between the two of us. There's no bonding moments. But this party tomorrow, as intense as it is on the field,
Oh, yeah.
half the people going to game tomorrow are not going to care about the football game. They're there to socialize. It will be Manitoba's biggest party in the
really will be.
afternoon. Crazy.
Yeah, and like I've said it before, you're walking around on the concourse there. It feels like you're at a rock concert. Like before the Banjo Bowl starts and the crowd starts to build, and you can just feel it, man. It is so awesome. Like one of the best parties of the year.
The hardest decision you have to make tomorrow is what time are you starting? Because the game's at 2:00, but there's going to be all kinds of things started early. And what time are you getting home? It will set records. A 2:00 in the afternoon football game on a Saturday should be over officially by about 5-ish.
Yeah.
By the time you leave the area, we'll give you till, let's say 6. You should be home by 6. And some people are going to get home till Sunday sometime.
I'll just never forget getting lost coming out of the stadium after last year's Banjo Bowl.
Lost?
And like
Wow.
I had been drinking and we were on foot.
Well, there's
and
the university.
I
there's
thought
the stadium. There's 400 cabs.
Hold on.
Okay, but then it was my cousin and I. She was visiting from Alberta, and then we were like thinking we were gonna be more in an advantage to go away from the main area of the stadium to get like an Uber or something, because it was too congested with traffic. Meanwhile, we ended up in a residential area. I don't know where we were.
Yeah, you can.
We found a stray cat that seemed to make us happy for a while.
You can exit from the exit you didn't. You know what I mean? You can go out of the stadium and you didn't enter from that.
Yes, and it's a
all
lot
of a sudden
easier when
like,
you're more
what
sober.
Side of the stadium are we on?
I'll just throw this out at you for this year, Kirby, just in case it happens again, because I'm not the greatest with directions, but you have something called the phone. It's with you all the time.
You know?
And you just hit the find feature on it, and it'll tell you exactly where you are and which way you can go to an Uber. Just a little easy step. I don't want to make the game more difficult than it has to be.
I appreciate that. I think I'll try that.
I'm picking Phil up tomorrow. Listen, I'll pick you up, but you're going to have to meet me at the perimeter because I don't want to come into the city if I don't have to.
I'm warming up for the watermelon eating contest.
I got you in.
At the tailgate.
12:30.
I'll be lit when you pick me up, just so
That's
you know.
the way
Joe.
to do it. I'll have to wait, I guess, and wonder how we're getting home.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
I'm just regretting that I wasn't recording. Although Jay Pharoah, Jay Pharoah's probably glad. Yeah.
No, I mean, I didn't say any names. It's fine.
No, it was,
That's right. No names.
We were talking about, gray hairs. That's what we were talking
That's
about.
where it started.
I pulled a gray hair so white off out of my face. It was so white it asked me for Taylor Swift tickets. That's how white it was. It was that white. It was that white. Oh my goodness. It was yeah. Anyway, hey, what's up, Winnipeg? How you doing? As far as is this Manitoba too?
This is Manitoba.
This is Manitoba.
Yeah.
Why is it Winnipeg and Manitoba? What is that?
Winnipeg City, obviously,
Okay.
and then Manitoba would be
Got you.
Minneapolis,
Say less.
Minnesota, right?
Got you. Say less. I understand what it is. I understand what it is.
Get out a map and show him, Phil.
Yeah. What's up? Sorry. You
No,
wanna say
I was
something?
just you were talking about white. I was a big fan of White Famous.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah.
God, man, I love when people come up to me and they're like, "Man, I was a fan." I was like, "Yeah, me too." You know how much I was getting paid? It was not my typical SNL check. Yeah, that's crazy. Shout out to Jamie Foxx. You know what I mean? Shout out to his hairline. Shout out to him. We gotta give a shout out to that. Very crisp. Very crisp.
I wanted to ask you because I think
Yeah.
you do some wonderful impressions, as
Yeah.
obviously many people do. But
Yeah.
at what age would you have figured out you had this gift to do impressions, and maybe what was the first one that really you thought you had mastered?
Oh, it was 6 years old, and it was Gilbert Godfrey. Straight up.
6
years old.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
I've been doing
insane.
it 30 years, almost 31, which is crazy.
And of course, you've met Gilbert obviously
I did.
along the road, and he's like so on when the microphone's
Yeah.
on, and then he gets so docile
So
when it's
docile
off.
when
Like
he gets off the microphone.
It's like crazy.
It's so crazy.
I'm melting. I'm melting. If masturbation was a crime, I'd be on death row.
And then he gets off. And then he gets off the stage. That is a funny joke. I'm just thinking, because you kill billions every time you shoot one out. And then he gets off a stage, and then he's just like,
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
I'm like, yo, what happened to the crazy loony dude? What happened to the dude with the jerk off jokes? That's what I want. Where's Iago? This is not Iago off of Aladdin. This is different. But a lot of people are like that as far as being a comedian goes. It's like being a wrestler. You know what I mean? It's a character on stage. Like, okay, I'll give you Dwayne Johnson doesn't talk like The Rock all the time.
Right.
You see him.
What?
Yeah, you know, he does it. Yeah, regularly he's just like, I'm lifting weights and it's gonna be a good day and it's just gonna be a pretty good day. Everybody have a good day. And then when he gets on WWE, he's like, know your role and shut your mouth, jabroni. You see Big Slow? You come in here. You talk your trash. Why are you booing me? Oh, shut your mouth.
That's so good.
It's different. It's just so different. I used to walk around and tell everybody to know their role and shut your mouth. It worked. It worked until I did it in church. That's where it messed up. I told one of the deacons that I was going to take the Bible, turn it sideways, and stick it straight up his candy yams. But because I didn't curse at the time, I said yams, and he told my mother I said the A word, and then I couldn't watch SmackDown for a year, and that sucked because we already didn't have cable. So I had nothing to watch. So yeah, I just jerked off.
Hey, Thanks, Mom.
I got very close with Kendra Lust. Yeah,
I think my family's happy I was a wrestling fan growing up.
Because you didn't excrete as much.
No.
So you didn't kill as many. You know
Never
what
had
I mean?
that conversation in my house.
You must get some pretty good reactions from the celebs that you imitate. Like, you,
absolutely.
Anybody act a little pissed off about it, or is it all pretty funny, like positive?
People act pissed off until they meet me in person. They're like, "Wow, you're not short." I'm like, "Nope, I'm not. I'm 6'2", baby. What's up, Kanye?" Yeah, so that's the only one. It was just Kanye. He had a problem, but it was over the phone.
Yeah,
over the phone, he's so different.
He called you up?
He called me. Yeah.
Whoa.
He got my number. He called me up, and then the next day after we talked, he dissed me in front of 50,000 people.
Oh, yeah,
That seems like his style.
It was great.
Isn't that great for Jay Pharoah?
Yeah.
Though? Like,
I was like, oh man! And the chick that I had stopped talking to was at the concert, and she wrote on her E3rd. I was like, yo, shut up. He was like, I already ethered your box. Get out of here.
I just watched an interview recently where you were talking about one of your like dating deal breakers being pedicures. Like, women have to get pedicures. I mean, you take care of your toes.
I take care of my toes, like, you know. So you have to make sure, because the foot there's so many different areas that you can touch it. I want to be able to massage your foot comfortably. I don't want to be going over bumps and ridges. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to cut my hand. You know what I'm saying? And some of these joints, they got like eagle talents, and they be grabbing stuff. Like, they could pick up things with like the remote control. She could fly and pick it up and then laying back in the bed. Like, I don't want that. I want it to be manicured and pedicured. And I feel like it's the sexiest thing. It starts at the legs. I'm a leg man, so I look at that.
That's fair.
I like face. You gotta have a nice face too, but you know, that's your entrance. That's the entry exam right there. Yeah, your feet. They gotta be nice. Yeah.
Well, it's good that you take care of yours too.
I do.
You're reciprocating, right?
I have to, man. And and if I don't, it's some buildup. You got a lot of calcium. There you go down there. So you gotta make sure that you shred it off. You know, and it's like grated cheese. It looked like grated cheese when I be finishing my feet.
I took these two for their first ever pedicures.
Your first ever?
Yeah.
How did it look before?
Nasty.
Were they brown?
Nasty.
The women that were working on them were like...
They called in backup. They called in back.
You know what you need to do? The next time you go in there, don't go back in the net. When's the last time you had it done?
A year ago? 2 years ago?
Within the year,
Okay, so you haven't touched them since.
No. Every Olympics.
Okay.
Every 4 years.
4 years you get it done? You better get it done for this next one, all right? Because if you come to LA, we're gonna need you to crip walk without shoes on. That's what
I'm planning on getting one done before I come and see you this weekend.
Oh, that's wow! What a special occasion. Well, I won't be massaging your feet, sir. It's damn, I got ADD, so I'm getting off. Getting off center here. But you have make sure that you get them taken care of, because listen, ain't nothing better than on a nice beautiful lady than some beautiful lingerie, some nice thigh high, and you can't have a stocking on without tearing it if your toes is messed up.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
So
You're gonna have runs all through them. I don't want that. I just paid $20 for these. You know what I'm saying? Like they need to be kept. You know what I'm saying? The economy is wild. So anyway, your feet. Make sure your legs are done. But I got a lot. I got other deal breakers too. That was just a main one.
I just thought that was a good one. Yeah,
it's a good one though, right?
Yeah,
make sure that you have your stuff done.
Take care of your toes, man.
Yeah, if your back of your joints look like volcanoes that are happening, that non-active volcanoes, I don't want that. You know, with all the little ridges,
the craters,
and all of that.
the
The craters. Yeah, come on, man, fix that. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, I will stay down there longer. If you fix it, I will stay. I will
if you make it a better environment, you're gonna want to hang out.
I'm gonna want to stay.
I'll tell you, people are learning a lot today. This is not on Wikipedia when you look at Jay Pharoah. I got to tell you that right now.
Drew, you gotta get this at the rumors bio, okay? Come on.
I learned on Wikipedia that I died 5 years ago. Like, what? When did this happen?
Well, anybody can edit a Wikipedia article. It's
you can
off.
say
It's crazy.
whatever. It's like there was another one. Jay Pharoah, he entered in a talent competition when he was 6 years old, and his dad saw him. I was like, no, at 6 years old, I wasn't in no talent competition. I was at La Petite. What are you talking about? I was at a daycare center at 6 years old, and my parents were the last ones to get me. That's what I was.
Yeah,
So no, Wikipedia is just a source of lies, okay? Just like Instagram, all right? It's a source of lies now because all these women are starting to look alike. All these girls are looking exactly the same. It's a different version of Daisy Duck. That's what it is. They got the lips, they got the butt, they got the... Listen, hey, some plastic surgery is okay, but some of y'all go too far. Now, some of you need it, some of you need it. Some of y'all need to put a screw in the back of your neck, and when your face start drooping, you just tighten it up. That's what you need to do.
I think that's a great procedure to consider.
It is, but for the most part, we like y'all non-GMO. That's what we like, all right? That's what we want. We want non-GMO, unaltered, okay?
Yeah, man.
I want some breasts from Whole Foods. That's what I would like, okay? I want some Whole Food breasts, and I want your booty to be from Sprouts, okay? Natural, all natural. If I see a booty from Walmart, I know it's a Brazilian butt lift. I know it is. I don't like that. When I see the BBL, I don't say, ooh, that's sexy. I'm like, ooh, she didn't wipe all that. That's what I say. I'm like, there's a circumference that you could not reach back there. You understand? Because listen, it's all about and you want me to eat it? No. No. You want me to go back there and brown my lips.
Oh, man.
On that note, you want me? How dare you?
Oh my God!
Jay
we
Pharoah.
do have tickets.
Yeah, it's sold out all over the place. If you
sold out, man.
Sell
Nah, no lie. It is.
If you need tickets, we
Yes,
have the few last remaining couple of tickets for Saturday. So text Jay, the name Jay, to 762-555, and we'll enter in the draw for that.
Jay Pharoah, man, thank you.
Hey, what
Awesome.
else? Oh, wow.
That was wild.
We didn't get into anything.
No,
We got into a lot.
Philly Joe Kirby.
Philly Joe and Kirby.
Podcast.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
What's your name?
Hey, what's your name? You've got a name so you can play this game.
The Name Game. Brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort.
It's a game about names, I guess.
780 City, 780-2484. If you'd like to play the name game today. Hey, City, you want to play the name game?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you haven't played before, have you?
No.
Okay. How old are you?
38.
38 years old. Never kissed a girl, like the song?
Hey, that's a good tribute to the hip. Right on. That documentary.
Nice reference.
I'll go first with my questions. That's how this works. We ask you a series of questions, and we guess your name, and then you tell everybody you know how exciting it was, okay?
Awesome.
Your favorite genre of movie? Action, rom-com, sci-fi, straight comedy?
Well, action, I guess.
Action. Okay. I'm gonna play a little game with you. The breakfast order. Okay. So do you like breakfast every now and then?
Of course.
Who doesn't like going out for breakfast? Okay. How do you
Imagine
like
if you said no. Hate it.
I hate it. Well, that
I will say this. I love breakfast, but hate a breakfast buffet.
Oh,
I don't like my eggs sitting in one of those silver trays for too long, and the bacon sometimes.
They get liquidy like in the heat lamps. How do you take your eggs?
Sunny side up.
Atta boy.
Toast, rye, white, or whole wheat?
Right.
Atta boy.
Hash browns, cubed or shredded?
Cubed.
Okay.
Atta boy.
You lost me there.
I'm with you.
I like the cubed.
I like
Hash
shredded.
We're going to have to do breakfast someday.
Well, yeah.
Okay, Kirby, go ahead.
Okay, well, I was gonna play a game too. So you're sitting on a plane, okay? And I am the what is it called?
Flight attendants?
Flight attendants. That's
this
the word
is
I'm
more
looking
than
for.
just a game.
Okay.
Well thought out game.
Yeah. Sounds a little bit more like a
with
role
me here.
playing than a game, doesn't it?
Okay.
And you're the pilot, and all of a sudden you're a genre on certain websites.
There's a girl on either side of me.
Right now.
How do you like breakfast?
Sausages.
Yeah.
Phil!
Wow.
Jesus.
Joe said it's like a movie I've seen before. Okay,
yes,
go ahead. Go ahead.
I know where your mind is.
Back on the rails.
Okay. We're out of the gutter. Okay, so we're back on the plane. I'm coming down the aisle, and I'm the flight attendant, and I say to you, would you like pretzels or cookies?
What am I drinking?
Well, we're not there yet. I got to get you your treats first.
Yeah, I guess so. Give me some pretzels.
See, that's what's wrong with customer service nowadays. She has to dictate what's happening.
That's right. Yes.
Okay, then what do you want to drink?
Beer, please.
A beer. Beer.
Okay,
Fresh.
all right. Okay. And then my last question is, what store do you frequent the most?
Does that count? The vendor count?
Yeah,
The vendor's
absolutely.
good.
The vendor,
This is giving me great insight. All
Yeah.
right, over to you, Joe.
Called the beer store. Why not?
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, I got a movie question for you, too. Funny that Phil mentioned it just because I realized that Beetlejuice is out today with
Yes.
Michael Keaton. It's getting pretty good reviews, around 80% or something. The first movie you ever went to on a date.
I think it was Scary Movie, maybe?
Scary movie.
okay.
That's all right. Was that before or after the vendor? Because sometimes... You're right.
Gotta pick up on the 15-pack.
On the way there.
Banjo Bowl is tomorrow. The musical instrument you hate the most.
Wow, the trombone.
The trombone.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. That's good.
All right, we know a lot more about you. I'll go first with name guesses. I'll say you sound like a Scott.
No.
Okay. How about a Matt?
No. A cousin named Matt.
What, you got a cousin?
Cousin
I
named
got
Matt.
that cousin.
Cousin.
Okay.
Cousins are important.
Okay. What about Sean?
Oh!
Which way? How do you spell it?
Well, does it matter?
Yeah, it does, because one's...
You might as well guess the spelling. Let's
okay,
go. Let's go.
SHAWN.
Got it.
Okay, you used a better word that time. Thank you very much.
Well, hey, there's different ways to say correct. It's Fired Up Friday, Phil.
So would it be SEAN?
No, that's a C in. I'm an SHAWN.
You got it,
Ah,
Kurt.
you got Sean.
Yeah. What's your middle name, Sean?
Mark.
Mark. Okay.
You know, I really think it was because we role played on the plane. I think that's.
You know what?
I think that's what
When
did
in
it.
doubt, give yourself even more credit.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's good.
Sean.
There you go.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast. Philly Joe and Kirby's completely useless question.
Useless with a capital Y.
So useless.
Brought to you by Midtown Ford.
Banjo Bowl, last second Banjo Bowl ticket, 780 City, 780 2484. Also, passes for Amazing Corn. Joe has the question.
1/3 of us will use this as part of our passwords. Passwords in the news recently again. Reminder about how easy they are to hack. So 30% of us, 1/3 of us, will use this as part of our passwords.
I love being told that it's too weak.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
that, well, you've used something similar. Well,
You notice
I ran out of ideas at this point that I'm going to remember.
You notice how they give you a bracket with a word, like it'll say weak or strong or whatever, but now they add the color to really bring the point home, too. It stays red, red, red until you get into about 17 letters, and then you got to put a symbol in and a number.
780 City, 780 2484. Good morning. Go ahead with your guess.
Pet's name.
Pet's name, number 2. Yeah, 1/3 of us. I bet you the number's pretty high. As
I
far
would
as
imagine,
pets.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning, City.
Hi, I'm going to get a white glass of Billy, please.
Okay.
Phil, 1/3 of us are going to use this as part of our passwords. We know our pet's name is already off the list at number 2.
Birth date. So like 18 for me.
No.
Okay.
Actually, that's a good guess, though.
Wow. It's in a lot of people's email addresses, like the year they were born. I know that.
It's crazy. I get a lot of email addresses like from people who win tickets, and a lot of people are born in 1969. The number 69.
I see what you're doing
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Hello, City.
You got something on your mind today. This
Wow,
role playing
yeah.
and emails.
No,
and
Just sizzling this morning.
Wow, this last 45 minutes. I'll tell you.
Hello.
I like Curb's last response, but I'm going to go with Curb because she's on a roll.
Yeah, Fired Up Friday, all right.
Like, what the hell?
There's a high
Just
level
because
of-
I like a little role playing and I have
There's a high level of woo this
Yeah, I
morning in
know.
the studio. She's fired up.
What do you got, Kirby?
Okay, I'm gonna say that it's something to do with like a mother or father maiden name.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
The bank likes
The,
that
the
one.
tricky part of this question is, like Phil said, birthday. Well, no, but there's close answers to what you guys are both guessing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You said name, right?
Yeah.
There's something close to that. There's something close to number.
Okay, we got Banjo Bowl tickets on the line as well as passes for Amazing Corn. Go ahead. You got to turn your radio down a little bit and then go ahead. Hello, City.
Hey, I'll get a lifeline from Philly.
There he
Phil,
is. Okay.
1/3 of us are going to use this as part of our passwords. Our pet's name was number 2.
A child's birthday.
Number 3.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, one of your kids' name, yeah.
Sorry, man.
Or both, I guess, in your case. You can't pick one over the other,
Oh,
Phil,
no,
if
you
they
can't.
ever found out.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, they don't really care. I don't think they know what they don't like. They're not looking at you used Tom's birthday, but maybe when they get older, that kind of thing, they'll care
Lead
about.
to a
Yeah.
therapy session. My dad chose my brother's name as his password.
So next thing you know, Phil.
Good morning.
Hello,
Hey.
Yo.
Kirby. Help me out.
Kirby.
Okay, I'm going to say that it's their anniversary date.
No. No, nothing to do with anniversary date.
Okay.
780 City, 780-2484. Is it a date? Are we allowed to go there, Joe?
It's not.
Not a date.
Okay.
No date in the top 5.
Hi, City.
Morning, guys.
Morning.
You threw me off of the one about the pet, not the date. I have no idea. I'll say your parents.
Parents' name? No.
Yeah.
No.
Good
No.
guess.
Thank you.
Yeah. So pet's name,
Mm-hmm.
kid's name, those are there. 1/3 of us are going to use this as part of our passwords. There's one lifeline left.
Banjo Bowl up for grabs. You can feel the tension. These are big tickets.
Yeah.
In demand. Hi, City.
Does a year fall in the date category?
Yeah, take years right out of it.
Okay. Well, let's go with Philly.
Last lifeline.
Well, I have my favorite numbers in there because typically like hockey players' numbers. So I'll just go favorite numbers.
Well, I'll tell you what, Phil Aubrey, today was a good day for you to say favorite numbers. That is the number one answer. 1/3 of us are going to use this as part of our passwords, our favorite number, which doesn't have to be your birthday.
It
Doesn't
have to be the date of something.
And I think the reason this list has changed is because nowadays most password places you have to put a number or a symbol in now,
Yeah.
not just letters. So I'll go through this list. Our favorite number, number 1. Our pet's name, number 2. Kid's name, number 3. Now this is 33% of people. Address you grew up in.
No, okay,
Could be that number or street name.
Yeah.
And favorite food was number 5.
Oh.
So if you want to know everything, all my bank info, put pizza. Try it all. Put numbers, pizza, symbols, and you're bound to get somewhere.
Pizza 69.
That's it. Here we go.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
And now, it's time for the lock of the week. Lock it up.
Yeah, it's time to lock it up. Some football picks. It's a crazy weekend of sports, to be honest. You got a couple of big Gold Eye games. Hopefully a couple, for sure. One tonight at Blue Cross Park as they try to force a third and deciding game. The Bombers and the Banjo Bowl tomorrow. And NFL opening Sunday, Friday night football in the NFL.
They go Brazilian tonight.
Yeah.
I will say this. I do miss the announcer of Lock of the Week. It's been a long time since I heard him.
The guy who does that, I know he was one of the best that we've, the best that's
Ever
ever
hired.
been, to be honest.
He's also good, I heard, at yelling out lyrics to Godsmack songs.
Yeah, he's one of the best people you could ever work with. Just a team guy.
Well, I don't know about that.
His LinkedIn
LinkedIn
profile.
I think that's where we draw the line on this guy. Just kidding.
Team guy?
Okay, I'll go first with our picks here. It pains me to say this, but I'm taking the BC Lions in Montreal to win tonight because really it would work out best for the Bombers in the West if the Lions lost. They're playing a really good Montreal team. But Nathan Rourke got his swagger back last week. Looked like the Nathan Rourke of old. I could see BC going on a winning streak. And beating Montreal tonight. I don't see Montreal going 17-1 or whatever. They're going to lose another game somewhere.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
BC lines, and it's paying pretty good too. It's $2.50 on playnow.com money line. So BC to win in Montreal for me.
Nice.
I like it. Go ahead, Curbs.
Jojo, you are a Steelers fan.
Yes.
And they play Atlanta, the Falcons, on Sunday.
Tough game.
I'm going to take the Steelers, and my reasoning for that, because obviously I honestly don't care. But
I care, Kirby. I care.
I just hope everybody has a great time. I chose the Steelers because Russell Wilson is obviously their new quarterback.
Sorry, Joe.
And no, I'm a big fan of his wife, though.
Yeah.
Anyways, but
Who isn't? Who isn't?
So Russell Wilson has a calf injury.
He's been dealing with it, yeah.
And they don't know if he's going to play, right? But it doesn't matter because he sucks, so they're going to be fine.
They have Justin Fields behind him. That pays well, too. The Steelers, that's $2.50 as well on money line.
I think Atlanta's a 2 or 3 point favorite in that game. I love your thoughts, Kirby. I haven't decided on that game myself, personally, to be honest.
Bring it home, Joe. What do you got?
Deshaun Watson is the starting quarterback in Cleveland. It's been a stop-start with him after they got his contract and he was injured. He's been banged up. The Cowboys have CeeDee Lamb after that big contract was signed. They got a great defense. Cleveland's a tough place to play, especially for an opener, but something's telling me the Dallas Cowboys, who are the underdog in week 1, will have their defense attack Watson enough and turn him over a couple of times. I like the Cowboys in the upset in a close game.
America's team.
Well, not my team, but
Cleveland also has a good defense. I wonder
Yes.
if that'll be the under, take the under on that game.
That's a good choice, too.
So, good pick, Joe. Joe's got Dallas to beat Cleveland. I've got BC to beat the Montreal Alouettes. And Kirby, in a game she does not care about, has Joe's Pittsburgh Steelers to beat, Atlanta.
And let's not forget, we all have the Bombers in the Banjo Bowl tomorrow.
Yes.
And if you're gambling for the first time, don't spend too much time looking for the wager bet on everybody having a good time. It's not a prop bet.
For more Philly Joe and Kirby, log it into 92.1 City weekday mornings 6 to 10.